So what happens when you give 14 different artists the exact same starting point? Well, that's the big question at the heart of this incredible art exhibition, New Cadence II. And trust me, the answers are absolutely fascinating. So let's dive in. The whole thing is built around this really beautiful idea from the curator, Dr. Arjumand Faisal. You see, a cadence, it's not the beginning, it's not the starting line, it's what a voice finds after it's already moved through all that uncertainty. It's its own rhythm, its own unique resolution.
In this whole journey, this quest to find a unique cadence, it all began for 14 very distinct artists. And they all started from the same place, a single national platform, the Arjumand Painting Award.
And that's really the core idea here. One origin, but 14 completely different cadences. This show isn't about trying to find what they all have in common. No, it's about celebrating just how beautifully different their paths became.
Okay, so what does it really mean to find a new cadence? Let's break down what actually connects these artists, because it's probably not what you're thinking. You know, the artworks you're about to see, they don't share a subject or a mood or even a technique. What they do share is that one common starting point, and maybe even more importantly, a really serious commitment from each artist to develop a practice that is, as the exhibition puts it, irreducibly their own. I just love that phrase.
The curator's notes kind of give us a roadmap for exploring all these different voices. And the very first path on that map, it leads inward. We're going to start with the artists who use their work to really examine the self.
So in this first group, it's all about introspection. The artists are looking inside, using their canvases to explore their own psychological states, their memories, and even their vulnerabilities. All right, let's start with Awaz Nawaz. He's a self-taught artist, and his work, it's like a direct channel for his shifting moods. He talks about this subtle tension beneath the surface, a kind of conflict between desire and love. Just look at this piece, untitled I. You can really feel that tension, can't you? The figure looks calm, almost serene on the surface, but there's such a profound vulnerability in their gaze. Nawaz often creates these figures that embody both masculine and feminine qualities, and through them, he explores all those complex emotions that come with just living in society. Okay, now let's switch gears a bit and see how another artist, Bulan Iqbal, tackles this inward gaze. It's fascinating, really. He finds his own self-portrait not by looking in a mirror, but by looking out at other people. Iqbal totally lives by this Oscar Wilde quote. He believes that when he paints the imperfections and vulnerabilities of his subjects, he's actually painting a portrait of himself. The person on the canvas becomes this incredible celebration of his own being. All right, so from that deep inner world, some of the other artists shift their gaze. They start to look outward, turning their focus to the world outside, observing the quiet details and the social worlds around them. This next group we're looking at finds their cadence by paying super close attention to daily life. They find this profound beauty in things that, honestly, most of us would just walk right past. Take Ahmed Al-Rai's work, for example. In these quiet, still lifes, he finds what he calls the poetry of the unnoticed. Just look at how he traces that delicate dance of shadow and light on totally ordinary objects, cups, books, a simple shelf. He's inviting us to just pause and see the hidden life in these moments we usually ignore. Now, another artist who observes the world is Afia Ali Shah, and her work explores these really profound emotional dualities. Her paintings often capture this feeling of being caught right between two states, a sensation of loss on one hand and the illumination of love on the other. It's this deep internal tension made visible. So in her work, she's basically asking, what if the line between these two incredibly powerful feelings is just a trick of the light? She paints these everyday scenes that somehow feel alive with both emptiness and reverence, and she leaves it up to us, the viewers, to decide what we see. And that brings us to our final group. These artists find their cadence not by looking inward or outward, but by entering into a powerful dialogue with the natural world. Yeah, for these artists, nature isn't just a pretty picture to be painted. Not at all. It's more like a partner in the whole creative process. It's a space that heals, inspires, and, as the curator says, even thinks alongside them. And this brings us to Faiza Tawfiq. She has this wonderful belief that everything in nature, especially trees, carries its own unique identity, just like a fingerprint. To her, trees are absolutely essential for our survival, our environment, and just our sense of beauty. And this just brilliantly shows her range. I mean, look at this. On the left, in green canopy, you have this vibrant, fluid acrylic work that just pulses with the life force of the forest. And then on the right, in Orchestra of Trees, you get these incredibly detailed, monochrome pen and ink drawings. A slow, patient meditation on form. Two totally different approaches, right? But both are capturing that same essential connection.
So, we've journeyed through the inner self, the observed world, and that deep dialogue with nature. 3 completely different paths, but all of them leading to a powerful, unique, artistic voice. Now, let's pull back and see what this whole symphony of cadences looks like when you bring it all together.
And that really brings us right back to the heart of this entire exhibition. It was never, ever about finding what's similar. The whole point is to celebrate the fact that from one single shared beginning, so many distinct, powerful, and utterly unique voices could emerge. The real magic, the real beauty, is in that diversity.
And honestly, nothing shows this better than putting these two works right next to each other. On the left, you've got Boulan d'Iqbal's vibrant, almost explosive, celebratory portrait. And on the right, you have Owais Nawaz's quiet, contemplative, internal examination. Both artists started the same journey, to find their cadence. But look, they ended up speaking completely different languages.
You know, seeing these 14 unique journeys unfold like this, it kind of leaves us with one last really fascinating question. After we've moved through our own uncertainties in life, what's the unique rhythm, that unique voice that we've found for ourselves? What does your cadence sound like?